Alright guys, we are back with more Napoleonic Wars from Epic History. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This is Napoleon in Italy. Battle of Bassano. I hope I said that correctly. And it is the third battle out of fifth one of what he did in Italy. And I'm really looking forward to it because Epic History does an amazing job showing the illustration, the graphics, and explaining it. It's amazing. So without anything else, let's jump right into it.
An Epic History TV PMF Productions collaboration. In 1796, at the height of the French Revolutionary Wars, a young French general took charge of a ragged, demoralized army in northern Italy. It was his first command. Many expected him to fail. Instead, in just 1 month, he won his first brilliant campaign. With astonishing self-confidence, boldness and energy, he led his army to victory after victory, transforming the war in Europe, winning praise from a grateful republic, and forging a legend. This is the story of Napoleon Bonaparte's first campaign, and the dawn of a new age.
Battle for Mantua.
August 1796. The war between France's infant republic and the coalition seems to be tipping in France's favor.
Yeah, Napoleon really counterattacked.
In the Vendée, General Hoche has brought the 3-year royalist revolt to an end. This appalling civil war has cost an estimated 165,000 lives and is the bloodiest chapter of the French Revolution. Bourbon Spain allies with France. They will combine forces against their common enemy, Great Britain.
That's a
really
good
armies
ally
of General Jourdan and General Moreau have crossed the Rhine and are advancing on Vienna. While in Italy, Napoleon's stunning victory at Castiglione has sent the Austrians scurrying back to the Tyrol. Napoleon can now resume his siege of Mantua, the key to Italy.
That fortress.
But he'll have to start over. The Austrians have used the interlude to drag away his heavy guns and demolish his siege works.
Oh, back to square one.
In summer, the pestilential marshes that surround the city are lethal. The Austrian garrison has been decimated by disease, mostly malaria.
Damn.
General Serrurier, commanding the French siege, also contracts the disease. He returns to France to recover and is replaced by General Sauge.
Bro, that's like 40% of the forces just from... Dude, that's why nature will always be mankind's biggest enemy. It will never be one human being against another. It will always be nature, man.
Sickness and a shortage of equipment once more plague the French army in Italy. Even the heroic General Massena asks to be replaced, citing ill health and exhaustion. Napoleon rejects his request.
Hey, that's how you know.
Despite these problems, the Directory in Paris orders Napoleon to attack as part of a grand strategic offensive against Austria. He is to break through to Innsbruck, join forces with Moreau's Army of the Rhine, then together invade Austria and force Emperor Francis to sue for peace.
So right now, yeah, the forces right now are split in half, so that is what is keeping France back. But if they manage to break that and they manage to, you know, as he said, combine, then Austria is pretty much toast.
Napoleon faces an enemy of roughly equal size.
33,000 and 30. Oh,
so he plans to use speed and concentration of force to fall upon Austrian troops in the Adige Valley and clear the path northwards. His opponent, Austrian Field Marshal von Wurmser, is under immense pressure to relieve Mantua. His staff believe that recent fighting has left the French army shattered and incapable of offensive operations. So the Austrians planned to make their own advance. Rather than try to force his way past French troops in the Adige Valley, Wurmser will keep Davidovich in a defensive role, while he leads a wide outflanking march via the Brenta Valley and Bassano to reach Mantua from the east. There he will link up with its garrison. And when Napoleon comes south to face him, he will be caught between two Austrian armies.
I doubt if Bonaparte had I don't know if that's a typo, had command of the Austrian forces, he could have contrived it better for his own purposes. Colonel Graham, British observer with Austrian army.
The Austrians begin their advance on the 1st of September. French forces begin their advance the following day. Massena pushes up the Adige Valley, with Augereau taking a tougher, mountainous route on his right. General Vaubois marches around Lake Garda to join them, with one brigade crossing by boat. The forward Austrian outposts are driven in, and by the 4th, 3 French divisions are converging on Davidovich's heavily outnumbered force, near Rovereto.
So it's in French favor right now.
Victor leads the main attack straight up the road, driving back the enemy center. Meanwhile, French light infantry swarm up the sides of the valley to outflank the enemy. It's a tactic the French will use again and again to force the Austrians out of strong positions in the narrow passes.
I mean, it's highly effective.
The Austrians are driven up the valley towards Davidovich's main camp at Caliano. As Napoleon remarks, this position should have been impregnable. Sheer mountains either side of a valley floor that's just a few hundred yards wide. A small castle and wall add to the formidable natural defenses. But its defense has been left to a single, shaken Austrian regiment, which is given no time to prepare. When the French hit them with speed and numbers, they give way. Massena's troops break through to the main Austrian camp, where soldiers, expecting a much longer respite, are preparing dinner.
Damn.
The arrival of the French sparks chaos and confusion.
Man, it's chow time and you're gonna interrupt my chow time? Hell no.
The Austrian escape route is immediately jammed with fleeing troops, wagons and guns. The French round up around 3,000 prisoners, alongside 25 guns and 7 standards.
Dude, that's crazy.
Napoleon had thought that he faced the whole Austrian army around Trento. But now, speaking with prisoners and locals, he learns that Wurmser and half his army have set off down the Brenta Valley. Destination
Ah, there
unknown.
it is. Bassano.
With typical speed and decisiveness, Napoleon tears up the plan to join Moreau at Innsbruck and orders a pursuit. If he can catch and destroy Wurmser before he reaches safety, the war in Italy will be won.
Yeah, so Wurmser's the key to Austria and Italy. On the 8th, I shall be at Bassano. If the enemy waits for me, there will be a battle which will decide the fate of this whole country.
When Wurmser receives news of the fiasco at Caliano, his troops are already strung out along the Brenta Valley, with his vanguard approaching Vicenza. There is nothing to gain by turning back. He orders Davidovich to hold the passes north, assuming they are Napoleon's objective, and pushes on to Mantua. But Napoleon is not going north.
He's going after
He
you,
orders
brother.
Vaubois to pursue Davidovich and keep him blocked in, while Augereau's division leads the rest of the army down the narrow, funnel-like Brenta Valley in pursuit of the Austrians. The army of Italy is brimming with confidence and momentum, and marches much faster than the Austrians.
They got speed.
A small force at Levico offers token resistance before it's bundled down the Brenta Valley. The next day, French light infantry rout a 3,000-strong Austrian rearguard at Primolano, taking most of them prisoner.
Dude, they're just
Wurmser
steamrolling.
decides to make another stand at Bassano, where the valley opens into flat plains. With Colonel Lannes leading the charge, the Austrians are driven back, then chased into town by Murat's cavalry. Amid panic, chaos and blocked roads, the French take another 2,000 prisoners, including an Austrian general and 30 guns.
Bro, dude, right now, the French are literally winning and winning. Because in the past videos, we saw them just progressing and facing a lot of, challenges because Napoleon was surrounded at one point and he was like, how am I going to counterattack this? But now, dude, it's just victory and victory. This is French favor right now. The fact that they caught that many prisoners, they even caught a general and more artillery. I'm actually worried for Wurmser.
Wurmser is in disarray, down to 12,000 men, outnumbered 2 to 1.
12,000
of his
out of
force retreating in the wrong
33,000.
direction towards Trieste. His only hope is to reach Mantua. The two armies are in a foot race, but for the first time in the campaign, Austrian soldiers outmarch their exhausted French counterparts.
Okay, not bad.
Wurmser leaves a small garrison at the fortress of Legnago to slow Augereau's pursuit. Forging ahead, Massena manages to block the Austrians' path at Cherea. But General Ott makes a determined attack and clears the road, taking 700 French prisoners and 7 guns.
Oh,
It is a rare defeat for Massena.
it's like the first French defeat.
With the help of a local informant, Wurmser then finds an intact, unguarded bridge across the Tiorne River and reaches the outskirts of Mantua on the 13th of September. His army has been saved from destruction by the skin of its teeth.
All right, so now it's in Mantua. What soldier could fail to admire the gallant old Wurmser, never depressed by defeat, who, having been hunted from the Brenta to Mantua, now stood in front of the garrison, determined to cut his way back. Colonel Ramsay Weston Phipps, a British military historian. So basically Wurmser could have been just annihilated along the road. However, with sheer luck and also on top of that, thanks to someone like an informant who helped him out with that bridge, man, he lived.
Napoleon has failed to prevent Wurmser reaching Mantua. But he knows that if he can bottle him up inside the city, it will put intolerable strain on its supplies.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
For that reason, Wurmser wants to keep his army outside the city walls, free to maneuver, and, crucially, forage for supplies in the surrounding country. The next morning, as Augereau accepts the surrender of the Austrian garrison at Legnago, Massena tries a surprise attack at Due Castelli. But it's overambitious. His men have not had time to recover from their long march, and the Austrians fight bravely. The following day, Napoleon launches a much larger, coordinated attack. Sauge's division advances on the right.
How's this one
His
gonna go?
troops are soon in heavy fighting with Ott's brigade around the Villa La Favorita. Augereau's division, under temporary command of General Bonne, advances along the Mincio River, trying to turn the Austrian right flank. When Wurmser sends reserves from his centre to strengthen both flanks, Massena's concealed division launches its attack. Victor and Rampont lead the way with their veteran demi-brigades. Austrian cavalry hurl themselves at the French, but are beaten off.
Oh,
Heavy fighting
cavalry
rages on the outskirts of Mantua for much of the afternoon. Finally, Wurmser's centre begins to crumble, and the French take San Giorgio. Much of the Austrian right wing is cut off. Many are forced to surrender, while others flee into the lake.
I don't know if fleeing into the lake is a good idea, but then again, if you're that desperate and you don't want to get captured, I understand. But I'm just saying, like, with what was mentioned earlier with, you know, the diseases and the marshes and all that, I'm just saying, like, there's also a risk to that too.
The Austrian line shattered, Wurmser orders his men to fall back to the safety of Mantua's citadel.
Man, dude, it is just high Austrian casualties.
The troops that were to have rescued Mantua are now trapped alongside its garrison. By early October, the French have cut off the city and resumed their siege. Conditions inside Mantua deteriorate rapidly. Disease, wounds and malnutrition kill on average nearly 100 Austrian soldiers every day for 6 weeks.
Wait, every day for 6 weeks. So that's 42 days. So that's 4,200 Austrians dead.
Civilians are reduced to eating rats and horses. Napoleon, meanwhile, returns to Milan, sending his aide-de-camp, Major Marmont, to Paris
so
to
this guy's
present
been
22 captured Austrian standards to the Directory.
So this guy has been just camping outside the city for 6 weeks and going like, hey man, if you surrender, we could just give you some really nice food and all that, you know? Present 22 captured Austrian standards to the Directory. Yeah, the Directory will be happy with that, but the Directory is pretty much corrupt to its core, so they're probably going to say like, not enough, man. We expected Austria to be taken yesterday.
But elsewhere, the war has not been going so well for France. Archduke Charles, younger brother of the Emperor Francis, has defeated General Jourdan's army twice in 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
It and General Moreau's army of the Rhine are forced to retreat back to the frontier.
So they're not doing well up north.
These setbacks mean Napoleon will get very few of the reinforcements he's so urgently requested.
25,000 and he only got
He
3,000.
and his men are exhausted. Many of them are sick. They
That's
must
like
contain
11%.
an enormous and increasingly desperate garrison in Mantua, with the certain knowledge that the Austrians will try again soon to save the city. And there are diplomatic concerns which also trouble Napoleon. In Rome, the Pope stirs animosity against the French, citing their treatment of the Catholic Church in the territories they administer. These now include the Cispadane Republic, formed in part from the Duchy of Modena, which Napoleon has abolished for colluding with the enemy. There is also the lingering threat that Naples may rejoin the war at a critical moment to stab him in the back. So, to secure his southern flank, Napoleon concludes a comprehensive peace treaty with Naples without bothering to consult the Directory.
Man, yeah, the Directory would have won against it.
It's actions like this that feed the whispers in Paris. This popular young general's ambition seems limitless. Might he not one day prove a dangerous political player? But such talk will be moot if Napoleon fails in Italy. That autumn, as Austrian troops march once more to the relief of Mantua, he will face his most skilled opponent yet, Feldzugmeister Joseph Alvinci.
Damn, that's one hell of a name.
The first man to defeat Napoleon Bonaparte in battle.
he defeated Napoleon.
A big thank you to PMF Productions for their help creating this series and charting Napoleon's movements across northern Italy. We highly recommend their YouTube channel, featuring their own detailed series on Napoleon's Italian campaigns, which you can find by searching PMF Productions or using the link in our video description. Thank you also to artist Keith Rocco for kind permission to use his artwork in this series. You can find more of Keith's brilliant Napoleonic art via the link in our video description.
Okay, so Napoleon was doing really, really well. I mean, it was just French victory after French victory, but it looks like nature had a huge part in this because, I mean, with the diseases and everything, killing, what, thousands of Austrians and French is crazy, but Napoleon was doing great, but the Austrian had some luck there at the end, and on top of that, they're doing better up north, and on top of that, back home, they're not even doing that well. But yeah, I mean, it's like victory here and a defeat over here, but we'll just see how it goes because the next battle is the Battle of Arcole, and I'm really looking forward to it because we have 2 more battles in Italy, and then we finish off with Italy, and then after that we can start getting into more naval battles with Lord Admiral Nelson, and I'm actually looking forward to those. So besides that, that's all I got for today. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that notification bell so you know when I drop more videos. Also, shout out to all my members, subscribers, viewers. You're amazing. Thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate it. Oscar 1 Hotel signing off.